Brought to you by GTA. We start with you.
Governor Lou Leon Guerrero is looking at this Friday, February 19th, as the day she will declare Guam in PCOR3.
We remain in a below CAR score of 1 for the last 8 weeks, and I just want to again thank the people of Guam for making that happen.
Also good, according to the governor, the island's death rates have gone down, as has the rate of transmission, and thousands of island residents have joined the vaccination.
We are actually leading throughout the whole nation in terms of percentage of vaccine per 100,000 and in terms of our population percentage. And also our distribution, shots in the arm, from giving us the supply to vaccinating our people. So all these things go to make a very strong community, less community spread, which makes me and our people much more safer in terms of recovering our island.
While Friday could be the day PCOR3 is declared, the governor hasn't decided on whether restrictions will be lifted for bars and taverns. Leon Guerrero says unlike dining establishments, bars have not been as proactive in submitting their protocols.
The dining industry were the ones that brought their protocols to us, and we worked it with public health. So they were the ones that said, here's how we're going to protect our community. I'm looking for that same kind of input from the bars. Once we look at all that, public health feels through their guidelines and their expertise that it would be a secured protocol to be able to open the bars. We will. But I'm not, I'm waiting for their protocols. I have not seen it.
Friday's PCOR3 declaration would occur more than 1 month ahead of the targeted reopening of Guam to tourism on April 1st. The governor stresses, however, we shouldn't be expecting tourists from our source markets to be visiting because most countries are still cautious about traveling during the pandemic. She says what we will likely see is a change to quarantine protocols to allow returning residents and visitors to home quarantine instead of mandatory quarantine at the government facility in Tumon. Her greatest concern for now is monitoring the COVID variants and hoping we don't see a repeat of the past when restrictions were lifted.
This has happened to us before. We were in PCOR3, and then all of a sudden we had a non-compliant to self-quarantine, and it just spread like wildfire. We jumped from one day of 276 positives to close to 500 in one day. And so we don't want to do that again.
When the governor does declare Guam in PCOR3 at the end of this week, or when the island reopens to tourism in April, she's hoping everyone will continue to do their part.
It's a little bit scary because, we did that once, but we have to, trust that the community will be cooperative and trust that, we'll get the support of the community in terms of self-quarantine.